Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you had a great weekend, and it was a fantastic hike on Saturday. We went to a place called Emery Creek Falls, went with a large group, walked through 10 points where the creek is and to get to the waterfalls, and it was fantastic. So it was hot, but we were able to walk through that water, and it felt so good on my feet and cooling the rest of my body, even though I was sweating up a good bit. But on Friday, I went to the stores looking for a shoe that both can work well for hiking as well as in the water. And they recommended this is the Astral men's TR1 mesh. This is the color is called Storm Navy, which is my favorite of the colors. It does come in 4 other colors. And I really wasn't sure how these would work because they're a minimalist shoe and I need arch support for my feet. But they ended up working well. These special treated insoles, which I'll talk about that in a minute. I used this with this wrap around my foot to give me arch support. And if I could find these, I will also give you some information on that. But this is a size 12. Normally wearing a 11 and a half 2E, went to the 12. Half a size bigger, had room in the toe box, and it worked well. Really felt balanced on my feet. These are supposed to have a super grip sole, and I'll talk more about that here in a moment. It's got these draining points in the front of the shoe, so they worked real well, and the next day they were completely dry. I actually felt these were so comfortable that I can wear these around even when I'm not going to use them for my trail for the water. These shoes are actually in the section for kayaking, not really for hiking, but these are for trails and for water and obviously for water sports. So let me first share with you just a little bit of information on the shoe, and then I will talk more about my experience. So as you can see here, the shoe, it's got 4 out of 5 stars with so far 5 reviews. Comes in a men's and women's version, so I'll put a link in the description for both versions. You could check it out. So as far as the colors, we've got beet red, charcoal gray, storm navy, blue yonder, and then blue. So this is the beet red. Not really crazy about the color, but it's nice because you got options here. You have the charcoal gray, then you have my color, and then we have this blue. So you got, which is kind of really bright, but again, my favorite color is the storm navy. This again is a minimalist shoe made for water and trails. And as far as the specs, it's got a turbo ventilated ultralight fast drying hiker with sticky G rubber outsole, allows you to move quickly and confidently through tropical trails or desert canyons. They do have a heavy duty 5mm lugs for maximum grip on any terrain, lightweight, flexible for a comfortable and natural feel. Top Shank midsole reduces foot fatigue and supportive EVA heel. Just a few other things. It does, again, drain very quickly. It has the drain holes, a balanced feel, definitely felt balanced with the shoe. A wider toe box by going up a half a size. My true to size felt a little tight. And I like the fact that nature first. All Astral shoes are vegan. We use recycled polyester and source materials as sustainably as possible, and we always promise to put nature first. So that is a little bit about the shoe. So my experience with the shoe, really loved the shoe, held up great, so comfortable. Started telling people in my hiking group as well about the shoe. And I'll also, by the way, put a link to the hike so you can see all the water we walk through and learn more about the hike. It was really fantastic. But as far as the grip, this is what I had found was when I was out of the water, might have been on a rock, which has slight moisture. Sometimes I felt it wasn't as grippy of a shoe as I thought it was going to be. I really got the feel from talking to the person in the store that this is a really, really grippy shoe. I felt it was okay. When I was in the water, I actually felt confident. I did have poles though, but I'm not sold that these are as grippy as they say they're going to be. And which I talked about here, though the shoe does feel good on my feet. Didn't feel fatigue on my feet. My heels weren't bothering me during the 6.5 mile hike. Just an overall good experience. And then you've got the drain holes right there in front. The next day, the shoes were dried and I was good to go. So they do have a boot version as well, which I don't know if it's the same. I don't think it has as much mesh. I'll put a link to those as well, which I've got those on order just to see the difference between the two. I never use this, so I guess this is for putting on the shoe. So you got this loop here. As far as the tongue, very comfortable tongue. It's not too thick, and the whole shoe all around is not too thick. There is a little bit of padding in the heel area, so you do have that, and then there is an eyelet for the tongue so it doesn't slip and don't move to side, and then you do have, you know, flexibility in the shoe. Very lightweight, very comfortable. Just mixed feelings about the grip, and you know, we'll see how these continue to hold up long term. But I think as far as for me for the summer, this would be a great way to go. Unless I really like the boots, maybe, you know, and I'll have the best of all worlds, because the boots are supposed to have a nice drainage system as well, and also lightweight, and maybe give a little ankle support. The last thing I was just thinking about as we were hiking, we found a place where we got lost, so we had a steep incline and decline, and it held up, you know, pretty well, the shoe. I was a little concerned because I wasn't sure if this was going to be a great shoe for, you know, those steep areas, but it did pretty well, considering that these are the 5mm lugs, as you can see. And so it did pretty well, but certainly made my experience overall walking through the creek a good one, and ones that I would recommend, but proceed with caution with the rocks if there is some dampness. If you are wearing this shoe, I'd love your feedback as far as how it worked for you with the grip and the wet rocks. And the overall experience, whether you have this in the men's or women's version. So check the links out, check the shoe, leave any comments below. I'll try and answer those, any questions you have. And I really like the brand. I'm really excited about this other shoe that they have as well. So I may have 3 pairs of this brand shoe very soon, and looking forward to some great hikes this summer where I can walk through the creeks, have my feet dry quick, but also have a comfortable shoe on those hikes. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.